Live from KTVN Reno, you're watching 2 News at 5:30.
Many individuals within our law enforcement agency benefit from peer support counseling.
Senator Catherine Cortez Masto is hoping her latest bill will help address mental health, particularly among law enforcement. That's tonight's 2 News Big Story at 5:30. The Confidentiality Opportunities for Peer Support, or COPS, Counseling Act as it's called, aims to improve mental wellness in law enforcement. I'm Ryan Kennedy.
And I'm Kristen Remington. Thanks for keeping it here. They see so much, right? So Catherine Cortez Masto teamed up with Senator Chuck Grassley to introduce this legislation today. Paul Nelson joins us live in the newsroom. And Paul, what does this bill aim to do?
Well, it gives officers a chance to get counseling from a peer, Kristen, and it's all confidential. The bill goes hand in hand with another one of Cortez Masto's bills. The goal is to reduce suicide among law enforcement and first responders. The mental well-being of law enforcement officers is a continual priority for Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. She's worked with sheriffs and chiefs to help solve suicide in that career.
What I was hearing is that we are seeing a higher rate of suicide and attempted suicide. There's a mental health issue and a mental wellness issue that we need to be addressing for our law enforcement and first responders in this country.
Reno Police Chief Jason Soto was part of those discussions.
We really just talked about what the legislation would look like, what the asks were, and what the benefits would be for law enforcement.
The COPS Counseling Act encourages first responder agencies to adopt peer counseling programs, and it makes sure any federal law enforcement officer's information remains confidential.
We have that already in the state of Nevada, some really fantastic peer-to-peer counseling support programs in our law enforcement community. And so this models that.
Soto says he's seeing the Nevada program's success firsthand. RPD has a resource officer that allows officers to get counseling anonymously.
Confidentially, and it's the neat thing about the embedded resource officer is that it's one of their peers. It's a lot easier to talk to a peer than it is to a stranger or certainly their boss.
Cortez Masto says the bill is a continuation of the Law Enforcement Suicide Data Collection Act. That allows the FBI to get anonymous, voluntary information on police suicides.
As we identify the scope of that data and we start identifying programs to help with the mental wellness, then we want to make sure that anyone who participates, that their information remains confidential. We want to make sure that at the end of the day, our law...
The COPS Counseling Act also requires the Department of Justice to do its part. It would have to make a list of best practices available to the public on its website. Covering the big story live in the newsroom, Paul Nelson, 2 News.